there's no accidents that happen in life. I think God wanted me to see that. I think God was planting those seeds even at an early age, even when I had no idea. And even at some of the times that were the darkest in my life, I still felt that there was something more. Like, wars would not be, people fight over religion, like constantly, like wars, like thousands and millions of people have died because of this. There's gotta be something that's more to this. And I started thinking about that. And so when my mom started going, like she was going through a hard time in her life, and then she found church several years ago. She started going to this church where we were living back in Fairbanks. And she just got plugged in, and things in her life just started to get better. Like, it didn't matter, like, she was going through these trials and tribulations, because she felt that the presence of God was on her, and she could make it. Like, she had that light. People that are really plugged in have something about them. They have a light that's constantly shining on them. And I always saw the light, but I was afraid to even attempt to go near it. So the only times I'd really attend services, like on Mother's Day and things like that, I'd come to church with her. But other than that, I didn't really want anything to do with it, because one thing that I struggle with is hypocrisy. And like, I told my mom that. I was like, man, there's so many hypocrites in church. There's so many hypocrites in religion. There's so many hypocrites out there. And then I see some of the people that go to church that are, you know, out at the club on Saturday, but then they're in church on Sunday. And I'm just like, I can't live like that. I can't live in the life of hypocrisy. And she goes, Jason, that's why we're all there. We're all sinners. We go to church because we know that we fall short constantly. That's why we're in there. She's like, you shouldn't be judging those people. You know, I always felt a desire, a connection, and I just wanted to, I was afraid to always pursue it, but now, you know, I'm not stuck in that fear, and I'm just kind of going forward with it. And my friend Bryson's like, well, let's try Heart of the City. I heard it's a really good church for just real people wanting to develop a relationship with God. I think it's more suited, you know, you're not feeling judged. People there have tattoos, like it's like a really like low-key, you know, real people enjoying a relationship with God. So I'm very thankful that my friend Bryson saw that, and he pretty much drugged me, because I was still doped up off cocaine, and you know, I'm on a 7-day binger that I went on, you know, drinking about a gallon a day. So literally it was like, and he was dragging me in here to the service. But when I came, it kind of dusted me off a little bit, and kind of, you know, things in my heart started, I started feeling it a lot more. And the words were impacting, everything was impacting. The worship was impacting, the words from Pastor Chris were impacting, the people that I saw there was impacting, the video that I watched was all that impacted me. And I think it was the right time, the right place. Everything just hit me, and I was just like, okay. My relationship with God is one, complete being, like I surrender myself, and I allow to be vulnerable to things that are happening around me, and it helps me to be in tune with what's going on in my life. I struggled with my self-esteem. Like, I struggled with consistently having somebody in my life. Like, I needed that. Like, I needed another person to validate my feelings. I needed another person to bring me whole, to make me whole. And I don't have to live like that anymore. If I'm alone, I'm never alone, because I have him. You know, grace upon grace. I mean, I think it's John 1:16. It's probably my favorite verse in the Bible. And it's that grace upon grace, knowing that people are doing the very best they can. And who am I to like judge that? Who am I to hold these resentments? Who am I to have that bitterness come in and separate me from people? You know, people are put in our lives for a reason. There's nothing that God does is by accident. There's a divine purpose of the reason why we struggle the way we do. And I think that has helped me. My relationship with God has helped me with relationship with other people. So.